4 objects you've touched today without a second thought have lived stranger lives than some kings. 1 was banned for being sinful. 1 took 60 years to finally work. 1 became a weapon at royal banquets. And 1 sold by its inventor for the price of a cheap lunch and went on to earn billions for someone else. These aren't museum relics. They're in your pocket, your kitchen, and maybe even holding your clothes together right now. And by the end, you'll see them in a way you never have before. Imagine an invention so simple that once you see it, you can't unsee it. In 1851, Elias Howe, the same man who revolutionized the sewing machine, patented a way to fasten clothes with interlocking metal teeth. He then ignored it. Decades later, Whitcomb Judson tried reviving the idea, not for fashion, but for a friend with back pain who hated bending over to tie shoes. His model still jammed constantly. It wasn't until 1913, when Gideon Sundbeck perfected the design, that those little teeth finally bit smoothly. Today, this invention is everywhere, from jeans to spacesuits. But before people were fastening with metal teeth, they used something far older and far more symbolic. A little circle that told the world exactly who you were. Archaeologists have dug them from Bronze Age graves, carved from shell, bone, and horn. In ancient China, they date back to 2000 BCE. By medieval Europe, they became status markers. The rich wore theirs in gold and silver, while commoners made do with wood or pewter. In 13th century England, they were so fashionable that laws actually limited how ornate they could be. They weren't just fasteners, they were badges of wealth, identity, and occasionally, scandal. But not every refined object was accepted so easily. In fact, one small dining tool, shaped like a weapon, sparked outrage in churches and courts. 11th century Venice. At a royal wedding feast, a Byzantine princess refuses to eat with her hands. Instead, she produces a slim, two-pronged tool to lift her food. The church was horrified, calling it an insult to God's gift of fingers. This strange utensil had been common in the Middle East, but in Europe it was ridiculed and even banned in some courts. Slowly, by the 16th century, nobles added a third and then a fourth prong, and it became the height of elegance. Yet elegance doesn't always survive rough conditions. On battlefields and in busy households, people needed something far tougher. A tiny, sharp device that could pierce cloth and lock shut in one motion. In 1849, Walter Hunt bent a single wire into a loop, added a clasp to hide the sharp end, and created a fastener you could open and close with one hand. He sold the patent for $400 to settle a debt, never knowing his invention would be worth billions. It went everywhere, holding together soldiers' uniforms, fastening diapers, even used as makeshift fishing hooks, all from one piece of bent metal. And so, from teeth that bite to circles of status, from scandalous table tools to battlefield fasteners, the smallest things in your pocket may have shaped history more than the biggest empires. So next time you zip, fasten, twirl, or pin, remember, you're holding centuries of ingenuity and more drama than you'll ever find in a history book.